Hey community of awesome, what's up? Welcome to a brand new video again. I know it's been some time we recorded this, and I mean, if you are a human being, you already know why, because there's a worldwide pandemic going on. And before, I'm very old school about these kind of things, so I was not up for doing this Zoom format. So I was thinking, let's wait the period out. But then the juvenile is out of Mumbai and we saw the increasing cases every day. I see the coronavirus graph and it's just going up, and the minimum of wait at least to resume to our normal life is around a month or two. And then I said, let's do it, let's give Zoom a try. Why not use this time, make this time productive. Our guests, anytime we do such interviews, we usually have to take their time, and the whole process of taking their time, matching our times, taking the studio time, all of that takes a lot of coordination, which means that it is very hard for us to manage such interviews. But these interviews are way more convenient. The whole week, whole this week that we are shooting such interviews are lined up with guests, because the guests are also comparatively very free. So I think, let's give this a chance. If you are listening us on the audio platform, I'm very sorry for the audio drop, because we really tried to keep it up, but there is only so much that we can do via this platforms. Our amazing team, which is working on the back end, is remotely recording this and editing it, so there are no glitches. But yeah, with that being said, let's get ahead with our segment. Today, I have a very interesting guest. Okay, she's well known as a journalist, film journalist, a film interviewer. Her YouTube channel, her company's YouTube channel, just crossed 1 million subscribers. Okay, a very well known YouTube channel, and of course, you have seen the thumbnail. You know the guest. It's Anupama Chopra, ma'am. She has built one of India's biggest digital film portals, so to say, which is called Film Companion. And her film critique persona, her film loving, film buff, cinephile kind of a persona is out there in abundance for you to see. But her businesswoman kind of persona is not easily available. And I think, via this interview we are trying to remove that. So the whole interview is based on how she built Film Companion, how she grew Film Companion uh, via days, and her entrepreneurial journey. We have some good entrepreneurship questions that we are looking to ask her. And so, yeah, with that being said, let's introduce our guest. Please give it up for the very amazing, the very talented Anupama Chopra, ma'am. Thank you for being on the show, ma'am. And it's amazing. As I said in your introduction, that we will today be looking at the entrepreneurial side of yours. And I mean, I'm a student filmmaker, and it's very tempting to talk to you about films, but we'll try and not go that side and talk about entrepreneurship. So, I mean, tell us about the journey of building Film Companion, and how it started. Where did it come from? What were the some challenges you faced, and how did all of this happen? You just crossed 1 million. I mean, congrats on that.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I
Uh,
mean,
it's actually been now about 5.5 years.
right,
And
yeah,
the journey honestly started quite randomly. It wasn't a thought out business idea in any way, and which is not good. I wish there had been a mission statement and a business plan for at least the first 2 3 years. um, I wish we had studied the market. I wish we had done all the things that most
right,
people
right,
do. But
right,
we were a production company.
right.
It's called Cherry Tree Productions, where we
Oh,
were
okay,
actually producing a show that I did on Star World called The Front Row. And for 2 years, we
got
were
it.
producing that show, and then our contract with Star expired, and we didn't have that show anymore. And my husband suggested that why don't you just take it digital, because film reviews should be available when people want them. When people are going
Exactly.
into a movie,
Right.
they should be just able to look on the phone and say, "Yaar, Anupama ne kya bola iske bare mein?"
Yeah.
Rather than appointment viewing on
Appointment.
television, which makes no sense really.
Right.
So on a whim, because we could produce videos, that's the only thing we knew how to do. We said, okay, we will start a YouTube channel, and
Right.
that's honestly what we did. It wasn't a thought out plan, in the sense that we studied the digital space. We kind of figured it out. Nothing. I didn't even know how to upload YouTube videos. We didn't know how it worked. I knew nothing. All my life, I've been with very legacy media companies. I started a career in print with India Today. I worked with NDTV. Then I worked with Star. So big media
Right.
organizations. And from all of that, this was like becoming like one little independent filmmaker with very
Right.
little minuscule resources. But it was a great, and it still is a grand adventure, because the
It
beauty of
is.
digital is that genuinely nobody knows anything. You think you can figure out, oh, ये तो definitely viral हो जाएगा, कुछ नहीं होता, nobody cares. And the one
I'd agree.
thing that you thought nobody will care about, suddenly everyone's talking about. And
Right.
there is no, editorially, as a journalist, for me, there's no um, boundaries. I can have a 2-minute interview, I can have a 40-minute interview, I can, on our website, filmcompanion.in,
Right.
we can have very long articles. There's no pressure of space. The pressure is eyeballs.
Right.
That is the real pressure. But it's been a really fun adventure we've had. It's been a lot of struggle. I'm not going to lie and tell you it's been easy at all, and it still is. I call it my daily hustle. Every day we're trying to figure out how to make it a sustainable business, how to keep the eyeballs there, how to grow bigger. We'll never, I think, we don't do the things people come ordinarily to film sites for. So we don't do gossip. We don't do a lot of lifestyle journalism. We're not talking about red carpet looks consistently. So, it is.
Ma'am, you left.
Yeah, I
Let's
have no idea what happened there. I was talking and it suddenly all blanked out.
Anyways, ma'am. So, I mean, your answer was very relevant to what I was going towards. I mean, as we are studying media production, we all know that media is a very fickle business. And certainly in this time where we know that media business and movie business is going to get hurt so much by this, why did, and knowing that, you come from a media family, you studied journalism, you know that media is a fickle business. Why did you still want to, venture into a media business?
I don't know anything else.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is this is all I've
I
ever done.
connected.
You know,
Yeah.
I finished my bachelor's degree at St. Xavier's College in
Right.
Mumbai, 3 decades ago, and then became a film journalist. And from the early 90s, I've been a film journalist. I haven't been an entrepreneur. That is new, but I don't know anything else except film journalism. And
Right.
it's all I've ever wanted to do. I've never felt like I'm done or I'm bored or I want to now move into something else. Every day for me is a learning, and I don't think you can ever have all the answers, ever have watched all the films there are to see. So I hope, doing this till the day I die.
Awesome. So, ma'am, taking this towards more of a business, in a creative business, you can't do it all by yourself. You need creative people to join you. With Film Companion, you now don't host all your videos by yourselves. You have other people who do different kinds of segments. In doing all this, how do you think someone chooses the people they venture out with? How do you choose, because once that person is on your channel, that people are going to connect with them, and you are now responsible for their persona in social life as well. How do you decide who to take onto your team or who to not take onto your team?
Yeah, that's a tough thing, and I think that for me the first criteria is the quality of the journalism that they bring, and
Right.
the integrity that they bring. Because I think those two things are very, very important, and it's something that we at Film Companion really pride ourselves on. That it is high quality journalism, and it is, it comes without bias. It is absolutely, there's no conflict of interest. We make sure we fact check, we bring you all the correct information. Those are things that are just very, very important to me personally and to Film Companion as a company. So I think those are important things. And then really it's your gut. Some people you will meet, and that whole idea of blink, you will know, that okay, this is the right person, and I can trust this person. I think trust is very important.
Ma'am, can
Did
you
we
hear me?
freeze again, Sagar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you
Okay.
continue from the part where you were talking about your gut feeling?
So I think your gut is very important, because it will tell you, uh, it'll give you a sense and an instinct of whether you can or can't trust someone, and that's very important.
Right.
Because I Film Companion is not a hierarchical workspace. It's a
Right.
very flat organization, and everyone's opinions are equally important. And So I think it's very important in that kind of a scenario to have faith, to have trust, and to have respect.
Right.
You have to be able to, you have to respect people for the quality that they bring to the table.
Awesome, ma'am. You have been someone who recognized the digital space well, very early. You partnered with Nikhil Taneja with Awesome TV show, and now you have got streaming with Suchin. You have partnered with Movie. Also, you distribute content via YouTube. Which is primarily a digital space and which pioneered digital space in India. Where like how has your experience been through digital? And where do you think is the future of digital? And I know it's a very cliched question to ask, but do you think like digital can overcome the mainstream, not only by the quantity? By quantity it already has, but do you think by quality it can overtake the mainstream?
Absolutely. I mean, if you're talking just in terms of sheer storytelling, then look at Patal Lok, and
Yeah,
the
I
level of,
just finished it. It's
yeah, it's
amazing. I
stunning.
saw your round table with the team,
Yeah,
and I mean,
it's
yeah.
stunning. I mean, look at the quality of the storytelling, look at the quality of the craft, the acting. It's fantastic. So I don't have any doubt that digital will is the future. The question, as always, is how do you find the eyeballs, and how do you make it a sustainable business? I think
Right.
monetizing on digital is the
Is
great stumbling block for every person who's on digital.
Yeah.
And so you're trying to sort of make it a mix of subscribers and brands, and maybe
sponsorships. Yeah.
sponsorship. It's very tough. It's very tough. So
Yeah.
that's where the real struggle is, that where you can continue to create great content, there is a community out there, but how do you make someone pay for it?
Exactly. And I also think, as a digital creator, I think that is somewhat going to get solved as we go ahead. Someone some years ago started merchandising, and now it has become a revenue stream, so to say. So I
Sure.
think it is though developing, and I personally feel that digital is going to like be very big.
Yeah.
And I mean, my next question, I ask this question half scared that I don't impose a distinction that I intend to inquire about, but I'd still like to go ahead and ask this question: that is, has it been difficult being a woman in a media space? Because the media space, I mean, there are amazing women entrepreneurs and women institution leaders, but when you compare it with sheer numbers, it's very less. So,
Sure.
has it been very difficult for you? How has your experience been, and how do you think how much do you think women entrepreneurs is the need of the hour?
Honestly, I speak from a place of great privilege. Um,
Right.
for me, so it would be just, I don't know, it would be like really wrong to say that, oh, I've had any great struggle, because I do come from a place of privilege, and if I have to acknowledge that. I am married into the business. I have access. I am not dependent on Film Companion for my next meal. So, that gives me a safety net that for many other women entrepreneurs is simply not, available. Um, Having said that, honestly, I'll tell you, throughout my career, I've never stopped to think, oh my God, I'm a woman and I have made any headway. Honestly, the truth is that when I started, film journalism was so not at all something that many people aspired to do. And it was also probably considered more of a female thing, like lifestyle journalism, that, oh yeah, let her do it. So perhaps if I wanted to do political journalism, maybe I would have faced some barriers, but with film journalism there was never anything. And
Right.
I just never paused to consider.
But in that only, we see a sexist divide that maybe if it was political, no, people would question you, but only
Of
because it was
course,
film, there they didn't question you.
nobody wanted to do it. You
Yeah.
know, nobody wanted to do film journalism. I remember there was at India Today, there was very few of us. There was me, there was Madhu Jain, who was my editor.
Right.
And honestly, some people did little here, little there. But at that time, it was just, and I'm talking about the 90s, it wasn't like some coveted job that people wanted, so I can't say that I ever felt that, oh my God, I'm being pulled down or I'm being pushed back because I'm female.
Yeah, right. I mean, as much as you wouldn't take the title of an entrepreneur, but I generously call you an entrepreneur because you have single-handedly, via 5-6 years of struggle, led Film Companion. You led Movie to what it is today. Mami to what it is today. And I mean, in that, what do you think is one quality that an entrepreneur can't sustain without? That is a mandate to have in an entrepreneur.
It's a very boring answer, but it's honestly just be willing to work your ass off.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. I'm telling you, I'm not the best film critic. I'm not the best writer. I'm not the best interviewer. I'm not the best entrepreneur, but I work really hard.
Really hard. Yeah.
And I'm willing to give it everything. I don't, I'm not, I don't have an ego. I'm not afraid to go. Through this journey, I've gone to people I know in the digital space who've been very generous with their time and their advice, and just sat there with a notebook and a pen and said, teach me what you can. For me, I love being a student. And I think that's very important. This is not a place for egos and for, that's just very boring, and it's very exhausting. I
Yeah.
think if you're willing to work and you have a passion, I have a real passion for Film Companion, and I really think that if we can scale it up even more, if we can help it to grow, if it can become a brand that that really kind of stands out, it would just be fantastic, and we would serve a need for solid entertainment journalism. uh,
Right.
so I think that you have to, this is all I do. From I wake up every morning at 6, and I pack up at about 7:38, and that's all I do. And I'm not saying that as, oh my God, look how amazing I am. It's not, I choose to do it. This is a choice I have made because I love
Right.
it so much. And this is my high. And I'm so grateful that I can do it even in a situation like a lockdown. I can continue to work. So I think that there really truly are no free lunches. You
No.
have to just,
Pay your
you just
dues.
have to put in the hours, man. There's no way to get out of that.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Ma'am, in this media industry, there are a lot of young people like me who are just starting their career into media industry. What do you think have your top three? And I know people don't like, guests don't like when you put it in numbers, but it makes it very easy for the audience to grasp. And therefore, I'd ask you, what are your top three learnings been in life, in media industry?
So I would say that for me, the really big eye opener was that, when you hit a wall, um, don't get too down because something else will happen. And I've seen this, I sort of felt like I'd reached a dead end with my print career. I'd spent 12 years at India Today. I didn't know what else I could do. And then the doors of television opened. When I worked in TV for a decade. Again, the Star World contract expired, and I still remember the meeting where they told us that they wouldn't be renewing the show, and we were like shattered. It was all we had done for 2 years, and we had a standing set at Mehboob Studio. We loved it. I loved that show. I loved that floor. I mean, there was just such emotion invested in that. And I remember me and my producer Smriti Kiran, who's now the artistic director at Mami. We were driving back from the Star office, and we were both looking at each other and trying not to cry because we were like, "Oh my God, this is over!" And yet, that was amazing that it happened when it did, because Film Companion came after that. And if I still had that show, I would have never started Film Companion. So genuinely, as sort of I don't know, chicken soup for the soul type as it sounds, the truth is, when one door shuts, another will open. You just have to keep the faith. So
Awesome.
that's
Yeah.
the most important one. The second one is what I already said, that you just have to have the rigor. I think there are no shortcuts, and this is something that I see a lot in younger people. That, oh, but how do we? And I think social media has something to do with it, because social media um, offers you the sort of mirage of being famous and being known. You think that there might be shortcuts and I can get famous soon, or I can go viral or something. No, you have to put in the hours, you have to put in the work, and that's the only way it's going to happen. And the third thing I would say is that just do it with integrity, because if you compromise on that, then really at some point um, it will stop meaning as much to you and to the people you're doing it for.
I mean, let's do the last question, and I mean, I take this time to tell you that I love Film Companion. I mean, we
Thank
on
you.
our channel as well have a film podcast that is called the Film Congress, and it started because for of my inherent love for films and seeing what you could do, because other than that I couldn't imagine that we can make a whole segment around films. And with Mami, I am a fellow of the year round program at Mami, and I
Sure.
can't tell you how amazing it has been. So
Thank you.
thank you for your work. And I mean, the last question is, what is your vision with Film Companion? Where do you see Film Companion going? You spoke briefly about it, that you want to create a brand out of it. What do you want the brand to be known for? What's the size of the empire that you are looking at?
Empire, I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not sure. I would use the word empire, but what I would love is for us to have, in the way that we have a Film Companion South, I would love to have more offshoots. Something in. I would love to have something in Kerala, maybe Punjab, Calcutta. So you bring, see, pop culture, film, digital streaming content is just, it plays such a vital part in our lives. And I think that it's very important to have uh, a sort of a really solid journalism around that, rather than just kind of, talking about um, stars, or their personal lives, or what they're wearing, or what they're eating, which is all fine. I don't look down on any of that. I think it's great, and I enjoy it as much as anyone else, who wore it better and all of that. But I think that there has to be a place for conversations about trends in cinema, about directors, about writers, about technicians, all of that. And I would love for Film Companion to be that pan India platform where it doesn't matter what the language you're interested in is, whether you want Telugu cinema or Bengali cinema, you still come to Film Companion.
And I mean, that's one thing, I love about Film Companion is that it is out of Bombay, the so-called Bollywood of the country, but it still goes out of its way to take South cinema in it. And, I could have never imagined that a YouTube channel has a roundtable where directors and actors from the South are included and are talking together. And, that national cinema kind of identity is something I love about Film Companion.
Absolutely. Thank you. No, that's something we take great pride in, that it is about Indian cinema. It's not
Awesome, ma'am.
just about Hindi cinema.
Right. Awesome, ma'am. Thank you so much for
Thank
generously
you.
giving us your time. If you would like to add any advice for anyone who is looking out to start a media career, you are free to give your words of wisdom.
Well, just I would say that, look, this is a tough time. It's a tough time for everybody.
Yeah.
But while we are in it, I would say that, do as much research as possible. Do online classes. There's tons of stuff that's being offered free. Basically, make use of this time. Don't let it go waiting, because we don't know how any of this is going to pan out. Anything is possible. Nobody had imagined this 2 months ago. So I think it's very important to use this time to upskill, upgrade yourself, and good luck. That's all.
Awesome. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for being on the show.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Have a great interview.
You too. Bye.
That was an amazing interview. I hope you liked it. I'm pretty sure you did. If you did, you know the drill. We'll be coming more often on the channel with such kind of format now, because we are stuck in the pandemic and the whole week is lined up with interviews. So I am hoping to see you more often. With that being said, there were a few glitches, but I'm sorry. That's the that's the best we could do. Thank you for your precious time. Like this video, share this video, comment your views and all of that. Till time we meet again, stay healthy, stay awesome, do some awesome stuff. Remember that you're one of a kind, live a kick-ass life and be kind to one another. And on that note, farewell, mates.
Hi, I'm Anupama Chopra and this is The Juvenile. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe.